What's going on, guys? So I'll introduce myself. I am JD Trades. I'm gonna go over some stuff for you guys. Obviously, you guys, I've been on X the past few weeks again, trying to just give you guys some tips and different things. I get bored sometimes trading by myself, so I got back on X to try and help you guys out, interact with you guys, help you guys out with trades, call out different things. So that being said, I'll go over a few things. If you guys have questions, like I said, you guys could put it in the comments and I'll try to respond as soon as possible. So first off, we'll kind of go over the Sunday watch list. We'll go on Sunday watch list and I'll go through SPY and we'll kind of walk you through that and different things of what I like to watch, what I like to do, and how I like to trade. So obviously, you guys already know I am not a scalp trader and definitely do not like scalp trading. It's very boring to me. Catching 5-10% to me is very boring. I could do it all day and make a lot of money doing it, but just get bored doing it. So you already seen I like to catch big moves on the market, and that's kind of the trader I like to be, and which excites me and keeps me going to trading. So that being said, we'll go off the first thing. We'll go off a Sunday night's watch list, so you guys could want to make sure you guys could see this here. You guys will be able to see my screen here. So first off, I put this in. I've been putting the Sunday night watch list so you guys could kind of go over and see what I'm seeing in the market ahead of time, so you guys could follow along, and then you guys could, if you guys watch it, it works pretty much 90% of the time, my watch list. So as you can see right here, I put SPY and SPX outlook for the week. Approximately the move is supposed to be 100 points. Throughout, I think it's more closer to 120 points. So that's 120 points on SPX, 12 points on SPY. So SPY moves in 1 point pretty much, and SPX moving 10 points. So if you're knowing that SPX is going to move 10 points, SPY is going to move 1 point. So just kind of give you relative like numbers on how they move together. So that being said, I put the SPY levels here. SPY levels, I had a resistance of 752. That was going to be the upside resistance. And then also the bottom support would be 740. And also we got a 750 call wall. If you guys aren't familiar what a call wall is, that's where a lot of sellers are. So that's where the sellers are. Sellers. So if we can't get above that 750, more than likely we're not going to get above it. So just keep in mind 750 would be a call wall. So it's going to be really hard to break that. So that's going to be the heavy resistance. And then also put a put wall at 745. So that's going to be heavy support. So if we could break below those with usually, like I say, I like to use on SPY, maybe depending on price action, I like to use a 15-minute candle. So we could break above the 750, above there, then we're probably going to move up. If we can't break below the 745, we'll go ahead and we won't be able to break below the 745 with a 15-minute candle. Like I said, everybody uses candles different. I like to use a 15-minute candle for like call walls and put walls. So if that doesn't make sense, like I said, just put in the chat and I'll try to explain it the best I can for you guys. This is probably going to be a lot in detail. I'm going to give you guys as much knowledge as I can to help you guys out and understand this. So that being said, so we got those are the moves that I said, like I implied that for Sunday night's moves. So now we'll go ahead and pull up my chart and I'll kind of show you what I mean. So that being said, I said 752 to 740. So as you can see, so far, it's been 2 days. Here is Monday and Tuesday's chart. We topped out at 752.40, and then today we bottomed out 745. So that 745 put wall is pretty much holding up pretty good support. So you can see we're in a 2-day movement so far, and we have only used about that 12-point move. We used about 7 points of it. So far, so good. So as you can see, if you would have, you could have topped out yesterday, and I actually probably should have got us in after market close. I knew we were going to pull too, but the market had already closed, And to be honest, I was pretty exhausted from trading yesterday, so didn't enter those puts that we should have entered. But so as you can see on a 15-minute candle here yesterday, we didn't really push. Here's that 750. We came up above it later in the day. We pushed up. As you can see, we started pushing above there, but we were in that resistance of that 752 in coming to market close. So I figured we'd probably reject that. So I didn't really want to mess around with any, calls or puts at that time. As you can see, consolidation through the middle of the day, and then we rejected overnight and pulled back. So that being said, those are my levels for this week so far. We're still in that range. Like I said, I gave you guys the range, 740 to 752. So this is the range right now. So top of demand, here's the top of my demand. Here's the top of my demand and top of supply. So we're kind of in the past 2 days, we're trading more or less at the top of the supply. I did post today that I didn't want to trade SPY or QQQ just because I thought we needed to get out of that range. And sure enough, this mid morning we started pushing down. Could have probably took some call or puts, but because we had a little bit of good price action, but also there was a lot of Mag 7s that were strong. So, and like I posted pre-market that I said, SPY and QQQ were fighting each other. So I didn't really want to mess around with it and not worry about it. There's too many other good setups that I really liked. So that being said, I didn't trade SPY and QQQ. I did call out a few nice QQQ calls in my Discord, and I posted those. You guys saw I did over 100% on those. Did 0-day expirations. I only do those in the Discord because they move so fast, and I like to catch them when I feel like I could catch them. We're in and we're out. I try and get 30, 40, 50%. Sometimes if I feel like we could run it, I'll try and do 100%. So I didn't do a trim until I got to 100% on that QQQ, which is exceptional trade, crazy money you can make in the market doing 0 days expirations. But you also have to know those are higher risk and high reward, but you also got to know price action and you got to be a really good trader to catch those movements. Let's say 0 days is not for everybody. Like I said, you want to be very educated in the market to do 0 days. But like I said, in my Discord, I call them out quite a bit and try and catch you guys trades. So once we go in those, I usually give a stop loss live right away. So you guys know the stop loss immediately so that we know the risks. Usually it's about 15 to 20%. And so we're in and out of those trades. Sometimes a lot of times I'll hit 30, 40% on those trades. So that's going over SPY. So somebody asked in on X to how to enter trades. So there's so many different ways to enter trades. So that's going to be like more or less like as further along you get in trading, let's say learning from somebody that's really good. I think I'm like a really good mentor. So if you guys follow along, I'll start posting more videos. You guys start posting my content, start doing that. I will do a solid for you guys and do the same. And I will start posting more videos and help you guys out, give you guys all kinds of free knowledge of learning how to trade and kind of learning from me. What I would say is if you like my trading, stick with me. Don't bounce from different traders to this trader to that trader, this trader. If you like my trading, stick with me. If you don't and you like someone else, go learn from that person. Don't bounce around and try to learn from all these different people. Everybody's different. I'm a very unique trader of how I trade. So what I would say is like, if you like my trading style, definitely just stick with me and I'll walk you through how I like to trade and kind of going through all the different things that I like to do. So right now overnight, you see right now we're sitting at 747. So we're sitting at that bottom of that supply zone. So right now, kind of just flat in the market right now. So we'll kind of see where we open up in the market. I think QQQ and SPY are still fighting each other. So we'll kind of see where we open tomorrow, and then I'll give you guys what I think is going to happen in the market tomorrow, and then we'll go ahead and go over setups. So as far as volume, as you can see, I don't even have volume on my screen here. What I like to do is in the mornings, if I see the market move, if I see the market moving faster, then, as you get better in trading, you'll understand price action and you'll kind of understand. A lot of people struggle with it and a lot of people are okay at it. And for me, I'm exceptional at it. So with the price action, I could kind of figure out like volume. I could see if we have volume, but once I know that, what I do is I'll just pull up my chart real quick and I'll pop volume up real quick and I'll check the volume on a 15-minute time frame. And I kind of know already what like tickers I trade. So I kind of will know the volume and I'll kind of see like, okay, it's lower volume or higher volume. So I'm pretty good with that. Like I just figure it out real quick and then I take the volume off. I don't even mess with volume. People always are like, oh my God, you got to watch the volume, volume, volume. I honestly, I never even watch volume. Only watch it to see, like last week, I want to see the volume because it was coming into a holiday. So I want to see how big the volume was, how light it was, and kind of figure out, and that will help you with price action as well to figure out if you have lower volume, then you're probably going to get lower price action or choppy price action, those different things. So many things to entail through that. As far as candlesticks, don't worry about the candlesticks right now. We'll kind of go through those and I'll keep doing these videos and I'll go through candlesticks. But we'll go through some basic stuff that I think that will help you guys understand it. And then as well, like understanding like trading as far as how I trade. And if you guys want to keep trading with me, you'll understand how I trade and making sure, like I said, it's never a bad thing to lock in profits, lock in profits, lock in profits. It's good habits. So, okay, so that's going over SPY. I'll go over to Google this morning. So again, here's my Sunday night watch list on Google. If you guys paid attention to it, I'm telling you guys, it's a must read on Sunday nights. I bet like probably only a quarter of you read my post on Sunday night, but I'm telling you, it is dead on. It's going to help you in the market, and you'll already have this stuff. You could write it down right by your computer. You have all this set ahead of time. You're prepped, ready to go. And if you have questions, you already have those levels, and you can just tag me in it. And if I can answer it right away, I will. I'll do my best to answer right away. But as you can see on Google, I posted Sunday night, Google neutral to neutral to bullish. Watch 360 and 365 level. These are call walls. So I figured it already. I'll go over why I thought Google is bullish, and also those are call walls. So if we get above those, we're probably going to move up. So I said 365 is more important breakout level. So we were above that this morning. So we already broke out. So I really liked it for more upside. So missed the trade yesterday and it was on my watch list. So I was kind of bummed about that. Yes. Midday, I was like, why didn't I stick to Google? We could have ripped it yesterday and today. But that being said, that's what happens. Sometimes you get sidetracked. You're trying to watch too many things. So that's why I try to stick with like two stocks at a time. If I really like something, I'll lock in. Like Google this morning, I locked in. I loved it. I said, we're going to stick. That's what I'm going to light up. And you saw what I did. Rolled up a $60,000 trade, made 25% on it, and made 15K in 22 minutes. Crazy, crazy. Making more money than lawyer and a doctor together. So in 22 minutes, it's nuts. So what you could do in the market and discipline, just catching the trade, moving on. And you saw me, I really slowed down on my trading. So like I said, we took 3 trades today. So a little lighter today, but price action was really slow. So that's what I did. So you saw my discipline was exceptional. We could have took profits on Apple, didn't, got a little greedy, came back, broke even on that one. Same thing for Google. We were green on it, or up like whatever, 10%, somewhere around there. Could have took profits, pulled back. But I still like Google for upside, so I'm not really worried about it. We just take the loss and move on. Still in a half position of Google, and we'll go over that. So this morning, we'll go over why yesterday I liked Google. Okay. So first off, this is Monday. Real simple. We're going to go on a 5-minute time frame here on Google. So yesterday, what I liked about this, here's my levels. You see here, I got I got supply, I got demand down here, and I got a breaker block. Not a lot of people use breaker blocks. I love breaker blocks because it gives you the direction of the market. I'll explain breaker blocks. They're more complicated, but I like to use them. A lot of people, I'd say 95% of people don't use them. I like to use them. Helps me give us good direction and figure out price targets and different things. And I'll go over that simple too. So, like I said, I'm going to use just off of these levels of Google 360 and 365 yesterday. I didn't take this trade. Wish I would have. I would have paid out really nice. So you saw in the morning, we were already above the breaker block. So we're already above that. We're already bullish. We're already moving up and 360 level. So in the morning, we if we on a 5 minute time frame, we popped up, immediately rejected, came back down, slow rejected down, which is great. This is a nice slow rejection down below that 360, and obviously bounce below that 360 pretty quick. So usually in the mornings, that's where you're going to get that price action of direction. As you can see, we started reclaiming that right there, 359, started moving up 360, and also broke the structure here. So as you can see, this is right here, this big line here. This is a 2 hour structure I have. So we'll start breaking out of that structure and going on a 5 minute time frame here, moved up. We didn't even have to worry about it. Like right here, entry above that 200 EMA, above the 360 right here. Here it is. Take the entry right there. You don't have to wait for the retest just because it's already breaking that structure. We're already bullish above the 360 move. And like I said, we're already moving on up and above that breaker block. So there's so many key things above the 200, above the breaker block. I was bullish ahead of time into the call wall of 365. So we already knew we were probably going to push to 365. That was a key setup from Sunday night. So that's what I really liked. We already pushed above it, pre-market, pushed above all the way to 363. So you obviously know we're probably, not obviously, but you know we're going to probably push up and go test that out, that morning breakout, going off of a bullish setup. So we pushed on up 360, and sure enough, look, just straight up, nice little uptrend here. Quick little retest right here on the 360, 150 area. Quick retest, nothing to be afraid of. Just a quick retest. Could actually buy some more contracts, move on up, and price target would be 365. So just like Sunday night's watch list. So as you can see, we topped out here. What did we top out to here? We topped out at 365.07. That's fucking crazy, right? 365 price target 365.07. Boom, rejected and consolidation. Simple, 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 simple. Stuff like that. So I know it's not simple, but for me, if you guys watch and I just watch my levels and you trust in like what I show you guys and all these things, you'll catch on. You can ask questions and I'll give you free info. If you ask questions, interact with me, and I'll give you all this info so you understand it. The more questions you ask, the better you'll get, and I will help you through it. Like I said, you guys see what I do on a daily. I rarely lose on. I never lose on the week. I rarely lose on the day. You guys see what I've done already the past 2 days. I'm 6-2 on trades. Got some big trades already, and with slow price action. But you just see me through the week what I post. Like, there's no chance I'm gonna go below 70%, but some slow price action. So I may go 70%, 80%, with tight stop losses on our losses. No big deal. So that's still really good win rate for like take losses for 15, 20%, no big deal. And we get wins for an average of 40%. Those wins are going to outweigh themselves. And we hit 100% here, we hit a 70% trade here. We're going to like, they'll all outweigh that. And by the end of the week, you're going to be up heavy green. So all of you guys, if you guys are just disciplined and you just follow along, you guys will be profitable. You guys still have 3 days. So if you guys are negative this week, lock in for tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, and I guarantee you'll be profitable. Just follow along and just keep doing what I'm telling you to follow along with, and like ask questions. Simple as that. Um, so we'll go over real quick. We'll go over this morning's trade. Real simple. Um, 365 key level. Simple, 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 simple. This morning I told you guys that 365 level was going to be super, super key. So I posted here. Here's my trade right here. So we'll go over that real quick. I gave you guys already know I was in 50 contracts before market. I put that in right before close yesterday. I posted it for you guys. I figured we might gap up overnight. So if we did, no big deal. I still cash the trade, still have 50 contracts, still get paid on it. Didn't gap up completely, but we got a nice move up. Pre-market plan, I posted 7 minutes before market. So you guys already knew the plan. It's real simple. I said I will enter it open 50 more contracts. It's okay if you didn't get in yesterday, so you have no FOMO of like, oh, I didn't get in, no big deal. And then I told you I'd enter 50 more on the way up. I wanted to see more confirmation that we were going up, and I'll enter, so I'd be up in 150 contracts. Pretty big position, $60,000 position. Pretty crazy. Obviously, you see like that's, and I have no emotion when I'm doing it. It's not even a big deal. I just hit the buttons and go. I just know my confidence in my trades and what I can do, what I'm capable of doing. And so just stick with everything I tell you. First trim, price target, we hit it. Seven, our price target of 373, 80% trim. So you guys always trim 100% if you want. You don't have to trim 80%. Just know I'm going to try to go for that second price target if it gets there. Sometimes it's better to take 100%. Take profits and you move on to the next trade. Or we pull back and maybe get a retest for another entry on it. So there's so many different variables of what could happen. Um, so um, so I'll go over this trade real quick, and then we'll kind of, like I said, I'll do more videos for you guys, and I'll do my best to um, do other things. I got a busy schedule in general, just stuff I got going, projects I got going, and different things. But I'll do my best to try to do more content. Again, if you guys give me feedback, you guys give me love, guys give me likes, I'll start doing it for you guys. You guys are crazy not to do it. I'm giving you guys free info, free everything, and I want you guys to be successful. And I'm probably going to pick a few people to just help do that, and I'll train them how to do all these things for free. I'm just going to pick a random few people. So the people that I'm probably going to pick is probably going to be people that repost my stuff, and always, enjoy my content and do these things. So that being said, if you're sitting on the back burner and you're not liking my content and not doing that, that's on you. Like I said, don't be you know don't be envious of somebody I pick, or because you didn't decide to, because you don't want to interact with me. So that being said, I'm super humble about this stuff, and I want to help a few people. I want to help all of you, but obviously I don't have the time to do that. But I'm going to pick a few people to really, really lock in and help them understand trading, and kind of we'll do videos and different things together. So then you guys will learn from them. But that being said, we'll go over this trade real quick, and then I'll be done. And then, like I said, we'll go over other things. I'll lock in for tomorrow's list, watch list, and we'll kind of go from there. And tomorrow, be ready. We'll lock in and we'll catch some more trades tomorrow. Simple as that. So this morning, real simple. I'm going to put us on that, or we're already on that 5-minute time frame. My level was 365. Real simple. 365. We entered right there. I wasn't really concerned. If we pulled back here, which we did in the morning, so I'm gonna put on a 2-minute time frame here so you can see we entered right at market open. I really didn't care. Like, here's the thing: if we get a rip up, we miss the trade, right? We miss the trade. So why not just enter it open? We get a pullback, who cares? We're already going in. I already told you, going in 50 positions. I was going to add a position. So if we pulled back down here at that 365, this is where I would take the full position down here at 365. That call wall, we're already well above that call wall. So if we pull back to that 365, I'll enter there. And I think I did. I think I entered like around that 367 because we pulled back a little bit and was watching it. So we're on that 2-minute time frame. Entered there. So you see right here, we held that right there on the if you go, we'll go the 5-minute time frame. I was trading on the 5 minute time frame, 5 and 15 this morning. Um, just because morning I like to go 5 and 15 minute time frame, kind of go through, kind of see what the how the market reacts. See if price action is good. Price action was medium, not nothing crazy, but I knew we were holding levels. I knew we were really bullish. Everything was playing out really nice. So we entered there, right there. Got a little pullback into that 360, 367, just below that, bounced it, started moving up, entered, and then just real simple. Went into this already like this morning, look, pre-market, we already pushed into 370. So I figured if we would hold and get back above here, we'd push right through. I wasn't even worried about that 370. I just was worried about the only thing is I wanted to get to that price target. That was it. Look, my level was there's my level. 373.17. That was my level. Look where we rejected 370, 317. Now I'll go back. I'll give you this level, how I found this level. So we go back here. We'll go to the hourly time frame. Look at this right here. Double top right here. Here's the right here. On June 17th, right here, 373.17. Look at that. Absolute beautiful double top off of that level, rejected it, hit our price target. And why I didn't put 373.17 in there? Because you always want to trim, like you don't need to hit that perfect level. I knew we'd get there, and I knew if the price action slowed up, I'd probably trim us at 372, I think, which I did. I actually did. I had us trim at 372 and then 373. Because the price action started to slow up at that 372, we took profits at $100 a contract and then moved up, took more profits at that 373. So beautiful trade, real simple, locked in profits, moved on, and just wait till the next trade. Now, just remember, if you take profits, if you're heavy green on your trades, do not let your trade go negative. Worst case scenario, break even. Cut it. You missed the trim. You didn't trim. You got greedy. Just cut the trade. Don't let a trade go green and then freaking pull back and go negative. And then I know everybody's done it. I've done it a gazillion times, being greedy. So when lock in and make sure you guys do that. If you're heavy green, if we're up $50 a contract, don't let that trade go back red. Just cut it, move on to the next trade, wait for the next trade, and we go from there. There's always going to be trades. I will catch trade after trade after trade. If there's a lot of trades and price action is good, I may call out 5, 6 trades. You saw it like about a week ago or so. I called out like multiple trades. Like I think I did 14 trades in one day. And I think I like lost one trade for $32. That was good price action. I just ripped trade after trade after trade after trade. It was good price action. If there's good price action, I will put us in trades. I will give you guys key things, and I'll give you guys different setups and different things, and I'll post all this stuff for you guys, my content. Like I said, if you enjoyed my content, I know there's probably a lot to absorb here, so I don't want to go heavy into a bunch of other stuff. Like I said, so entries, as far as entries, somebody asked about the entries. There's so many ways of entering entries. You could enter at the bottom of demand, top of supply. Um, enter like I showed you my entry today of why I entered. You could enter off a retest. So there's so many different ways. Everybody's different on how they enter. But like I said, you could do those things. But hey, stop. That being said, I will post more content. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please give me feedback on what I've done good for this content, for this video. I really want to do better. And like I said, this is my first video in over a year, so I may be a little rusty at this stuff. But I'll get back on track. I'll be doing more of these videos for you guys, and we'll kick ass, keep taking names. And like I said, other than that, I hope you guys are enjoying this journey with me. And I'm really enjoying your interaction. I love the positive attitudes. And you know what? Honestly, cheer for everyone. If you have a small port, no big deal. You just build from your port and you'll get there. Like I said, there was multiple times where I burned through a port 3 different times. And I knew I was really good at trading. And I just, didn't have the discipline. So I got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm just going to learn this stuff. I lost some good money. I lost like whatever it was like three different ports. I think it was like 60 grand over like 3 months. But I knew I was really good at trading. So what I did is I locked in, took some time off, and just locked in to get the discipline down. Once I did that, I made the like 60 grand back in like a month and a half. From there, it was like I was making, like I said, I told you I was making like $200 a day. And then over a few months, I just started like doing really well. I was making over $1,000 a day, and then went up to that, like and then it just like skyrocketed. And like at that point, I had no emotion, and I just realized like I'm like I could trade whatever. Like it doesn't matter. Like I don't even look at the numbers. I just know a good trade. I know when I heavy size. I know when to go medium. I kind of know all those things of just learning and because I read. Oh, one last thing. Sorry. So I read. This is what I did to learn trading. Is I went through I read through like 30 books. And the first few books, I was like, what the hell am I doing? There's so much knowledge. And I was like, some of it was good, some of it was bad. So what I did is I just started reading through some books and I just started ripping out pages, creating my own book of like what I liked and what I didn't like. So I created that. And then once I started, every few weeks, I would just go through all the knowledge that I absorbed that I really liked. And I started just going off of my own, learning my own style. And have a very unique style. Like I said, I don't really see many, I've never actually seen anybody trade like me, to be honest. I've traded with some of they say they're the best traders, but I don't think they're that great. But like I said, try to be humble as possible. You guys see like what I'm capable of doing. Um, and other than that, like I said, I'll keep giving you guys as much knowledge as I can, and then we'll kind of go from there. But I hope you guys enjoy this content, and we'll chat here in the morning. We'll lock in. Let's make some money. Ready to go. Again, introducing myself one more time. I am JD Trades, and I will see you guys in the Discord, or I'll see you on X. But looking forward to learning, helping you guys learn and all these good things. I'll see you guys soon.